Hello students, welcome back to CurioRoot Learning. I hope you are enjoying your science lessons. Today we are starting a very interesting chapter that you see happening in your own home every day. Chapter 3, Separation of Substances. Before we learn how to separate things, let's ask why do we do it? There are three main reasons. First, to remove harmful things. Imagine you find a small stone in your rice or insects in wheat. You have to remove them because they are harmful to eat. Second, to remove non-useful things. When you make tea, do you drink the tea leaves? No, you strain them out because they are not useful anymore. Third, to separate two useful components. Sometimes we separate things because we want to use both of them separately. For example, we churn milk to get butter. We use the butter and we use the buttermilk too. The method of separation. The first one is the easiest, hand picking. This is exactly what it sounds like, picking out impurities with your hand. We use this when the quantity is small and we can easily see the impurity like picking out stones from dal or rice. The second method is used by farmers. It is called threshing. After harvesting crops like wheat or paddy, the farmers have huge bundles of stalks. How do they get the teeny grains out? They beat the stalks against a hard floor or a stone. This process of beating the stalks to free the grain seed is called threshing. Once the grain is free, it is still mixed with the husk, the dry outer covering. How do we remove that? We use winnowing. This method uses wind. The farmer stands out on a high platform and drops the mixture. The heavy grains fall straight down, but the lighter husk is blown away by the wind. This separates them perfectly. Method number 4 is sieving. You must have seen your mother's sieving floor before making roti. She uses a sieve, a mace, or a net. This method is used when the components have different sizes. The fine flour passes through the holes, but the bigger impurities stay on the top. We also see this at construction sites to separate big stones from fine sand. Now, what if we have a mixture with water, like muddy water? First, we do sedimentation. We pour water into the mixture and let it stand still. The heavy mud settles at the bottom. This settling down is called sedimentation. Next, we do decantation. We slowly pour out the clean water from the top without disturbing the mud at the bottom. This is decantation. Sometimes decantation is not enough. If you make tea, can you just pour it out? No, the leaves will fall in. So we use filtration. We use a filter like a tea strainer, a piece of cloth, or filter paper. This catches even the small impurities. We also use this to make paneer at home, separating the solid paneer from the liquid whey. Evaporation. This is the process of changing water into water vapor or steam. Did you know this is how we get salt? Seawater contains a lot of salt. We trap seawater in shallow pits and let the sun dry it up. The water evaporates and solid salt is left behind. The opposite of evaporation is condensation. This is when water vapor touches a cool surface and turns back into liquid water. Have you ever seen water drops on the underside of a lid covering a hot pan? That is condensation. The steam from the hot food touches the cool lid and become water again. Finally, let's ask a question. Can water dissolve any amount of salt? Try this at home. Take a glass of water and keep adding salt spoon by spoon. After some time, the salt will stop dissolving and settle at the bottom. When no more substance can be dissolved in a solution, it is called a saturated solution. One tip I want to give you, if you heat the water, you can dissolve even more salt in it. So, today we learned so many ways to separate substances. Handpicking, threshing, winnowing, sieving for dry things, sedimentation, decantation, filtration for liquids, evaporation and condensation. I hope you understood this chapter. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to CurioRoot Learning. See you in the next science class. Bye bye.